Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Tapping Out podcast. My name is Chris and today I'm joined by the professional wrestling, beer drinking, music loving, Hold My Beer Hanson. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing pretty damn good. How are you doing?
That was perfect. That was not scripted at all. Good timing.
All right. That's what I'm about, right?
Good stuff. Okay, so like I say, just before we kicked off, we've got a lot to unpack. I want to start off with your love of beer. Yeah. Okay. So, what are your top 3 favorite brands right now?
Well, 1, Free, 2, Natural Light, and 3, when I can, whatever is around. I'm honestly I'm not really picky. I'm not really big on IPAs or like stouts. But as far as, we got ales, we got blondes, we got pilsners. I'm fine with all those. I'm just like, it just really depends because I've had some pretty bad beer. I've had some pretty great beer. I'm just not super big on the hoppy flavor that everybody claims for, or like if it like this one tastes like coffee and chocolate. I'm just like, so why even drink beer? It's like I thought it was supposed to drink like Natural Light tastes like pasta water with bubbles in it. I mean, I can't really like say it tastes great, but it's, to me, I like it.
Good stuff. As we can all see, on the video feed, you're currently enjoying a Natural Light right today.
Yes. And Heiser Bush kind of treats me right.
Good stuff. And another question just about beer. What's the craziest story that comes to mind with you when it comes to beer? That the craziest memory, maybe the craziest thing that's ever happened as a result of beer that you're willing to share right now on the podcast?
Okay, let me go to where my files are. Honestly, I want to say that it was probably the reason I started wrestling. My grandfather passed away, and so we all decided to go back to the house, and we all drank some beers, told some stories and everything like that. And here we are, the whole family. We're not really crying. We're not sad or anything. We're just, having a celebration of life. And next thing you know, me and my dad, we're like 32 beers in at this point. Like, we're getting hammered. We're just trying to go for it. Then one of my dad's friends, like, he was over visiting, and he told me, he's like, you like that wrestling stuff a lot. Don't you try out for it? See if you can do it. You're a big dude. And I was like, I don't know where I would start. But, just it got the ball rolling in my head that I would, start looking out for it.
All right. There you go. Nice one. Good stuff. And all right, let's move over to that other thing from your Twitter bio, because I'm really invested in my own music too, and what kind of things I enjoy. So okay. Your top three artists at the moment are your favorite genres,
Okay, so I got a wide range on music. When I was going up in school, I really was super into metal, and I was kind of like, that super edgy type, cringe factor. I thought that playing guitar was like the coolest thing in the world. And I was really super like metal elitist. And now looking back at it, I'm just like, that's the wrong way to go about it. But I would probably say my top 3 artists of all time. I'm going to say Metallica, Killswitch Engage, and I'm going to say Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd, good choice.
Yeah, my dad, I grew up on Pink Floyd, so it's like the Wall album and Dark Side of the Moon is just like the top. Like whenever he would go to clean on the weekends and I was here, I would just hear that album, and we'd play like cards on the weekend nights, and that'd be playing on the radio, and it's always great atmosphere music, and you just feel it. That's the thing I love about it. Just you feel some songs and you're just going into it and you're just forgetting about everything.
Yeah, nice. And out of those top 3, are there any of those that you've had the chance to see live in person?
Not a single one, and that bothers me. It bothers me. I've seen a few good bands live. I went to Welcome to Rockville one year, and it was like during the height of Five Finger Death Punch. So it was like they were headlining. I think Rob Zombie and Korn were, but it was like all the bands that were like in the undercard were amazing. We had Blackstone Cherry, we had Theory of a Dead Man, The Pretty Reckless just came out. Just a lot of those great bands. Zakk Wylde was out there. And I tell you, just like going out there and experiencing a festival for the first time, it made me realize that pack your own water. And also, it's
absolutely.
just great. It's just great crowd surfing and being in that moment. Rob Zombie is up there, though. I'd say Rob Zombie has a great stage show.
Is he your top 4? Yeah, is he number 4 on the list?
I'd say business-wise, I love Rob Zombie because Rob Zombie gives me the idea for what I do with wrestling every day, every time.
Yeah,
he's a big proponent of the. There's a lot of bands that you go out there and you'll see them, and they're really technically gifted, right? They're playing these songs that's super great, and like the nerd in me for guitar is like, that is some super cool shredding. But also looking at it from a normal person's standpoint, it's kind of boring. So it's like Rob Zombie says, I paid you $50 for a show, not to see how good you are. So it's like, he's like, I want fireworks, I want strippers, I want, cars and loud
monster
music.
trucks
And all
and
these,
just like everything.
Exactly. When you pay for a ticket for a show, you're paying for a show. And that's just what he says. I'm just like, this is honestly the best advice, because look at Kiss. Kiss don't have to be technically gifted. They don't have to be, the super edgy and, catering to a few bunch of people. They're selling everything from condoms to caskets.
Right. True, man. Absolutely. Hey, I'll tell you what, that's actually a good way to segue into wrestling, I think, because heavy metal, especially, such a huge influence on pro wrestling.
Absolutely.
From the likes of Motorhead, right, with Triple H, and then countless others that don't come to mind right now. What's the biggest like heavy metal song you've probably heard in pro wrestling that's stuck with you, aside from Triple H, because obviously everyone remembers that one?
I think I probably popped hardest when I heard I want to say Kane with Slow Chemical, because it was just such a but then again with Raw back in the day. Remember Raw had the opening theme with Union Underground, I believe.
I had that on my headphones on my bike riding around a few times. It came up on the playlist and I'm like every time just jamming along.
I feel like that right there. I mean, actually, I say metal and wrestling and go hand in hand, because I remember playing the video games, right? And Raw vs. SmackDown 2007 was honestly an amazing soundtrack, like from top to bottom. I think there was only one bad song, but even then, as I look at it today, it's not even a bad song. I say wrestling and metal go hand in hand, but I'm also seeing the gap where rap and wrestling are starting to come together.
Right.
And I'm glad that it is, because there's a lot of artists out there today that could be making that crossover, and it could do a lot of good business. Like there's a few right now. There's actually one music artist that transferred to being a wrestler, and he's in my area called Carly Bravo, and he's got a lot of great songs. You should probably go check him out.
Yeah, sounds familiar.
Yeah. Yes, he's a Nightmare Factory graduate, and honestly, he looks like a star. He's already had it because he was already doing the music business, and you can understand that music and wrestling are just the same, because everybody has that ego. I tell you what, instead of worried about 5 guys traveling in a car for $20, you only got one guy traveling for a car for $20.
There's a shout out for Carly Bravo. I'd like to get you on. I want to talk to as many people from the Nightmare Factory as possible. I already had Vicky Dreamboat on a few episodes ago, who was on AEW recently. Yeah, so I'd love to keep going, because hearing stories from that place, from the Nightmare Factory, is amazing. From what they can share.
The Nightmare kids, there's a lot of them that are really talented, and I can see that when they get out of there are some that hook it, and you see that they're going to be a star. I would say Carly Bravo. I'll say TSF. There's 2 new ones, Teriyaki and Jay Lucas.
Teriyaki,
they're really good.
Very, very entertaining.
Kid Bandit, he's on the West Coast, and the kid honestly already has a following. and I'm proud of them. Great job. There's a lot of people that come out of the Nightmare that I look at and I'm just like, okay, cool. If they got the attitude and they got the drive, I guarantee that one right there is going to be a star.
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, you can see it, man. We've got a sixth sense for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
So how about you for yourself, with your current entrance, at present, where you wrestle mainly? What's your entrance theme? Does it have a heavy metal vibe?
So my interest thing kind of varies right now because I'm in a tag team called the All-Star Special. And for a lot of people that don't know what that means, there's a restaurant called the Waffle House. It is a diner of sorts that everybody just goes to. They don't expect much besides breakfast food. And there's always a jukebox playing, right? So what the gimmick is for the tag team, we actually pop $1 in the jukebox and play a new song every time. And it's always a sing-along or a song that everybody knows and gets them up on their feet. So like the first one we did, Sweet Caroline, we did the YMCA,
classic.
Friends in Low Places.
Classic.
Yeah. All classic songs. I mean, really, it's just always good songs. I think one time we came out to Enter Sandman, I felt so badass. I went singing along with it. It's honestly it's great seeing it. Usually, though, if I'm going out by myself, I typically try to use Black Betty by Spiderbait, just because one, it's a great song. Like everybody just knows it from what is it? From video games, Need for Speed Underground 2, I believe.
Need for Speed Underground 2, right? Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I was very into video games as a kid, so it's like a lot of things just shaped me around there. Just not really into the sport thing, but theater, video games, music. I was always into it. That was just my route.
Tell you what, and I've said this a few times. I had one of the actors from Metal Gear Solid on the podcast recently. He played Otacon, Christopher Randolph, and we were actually having a chat first before we got into his time with the games. We were talking about music in games, and I was telling him the story about. I said to him, I said, Chris, I learned about 80s music through Grand Theft Auto, right? Through Vice City, through San Andreas, and learned about 2000s music from GTA 3. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And people say that games can't teach you anything. I'm like, hell no.
Isn't it crazy that sometimes you'll hear something you'll hear a song out of nowhere years down the line, you're like, man, that brings back some memories.
That brings me back to 2003,
some nostalgia just hits you, man.
Like the classic one is always the one I always go back to. I said this to some of my friends in person. Nowadays, I always go back to Billy Idol and White Wedding. For some reason, when I would play San Andreas the most, every time I would take off in a plane, you'd always hear Billy Idol, White Wedding 9 times out of 10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, now we're just leaning back in our chairs.
I had a core memory right there.
Yeah, man. Good stuff. All right, so back to you, with the wrestling career. How's it going right now at the moment, and what have you been up to the last 6 to 12 months?
So, right now it is going great. I am the one half of your Southern Honor Tag Team Champions. I am currently fighting my way back to the top of Viral Pro Wrestling, and there will be many more coming this year. I guarantee you this. The All-Star Special cannot be stopped, and honestly, we're going to be selling a lot more T-shirts. It's the greatest thing you'll ever see because we're at the merch table every time. Boom, 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 counting that money. But so far, for the past 6 months to a year, honestly, I didn't think I would be in a tag team. But it's honestly a great thing that I was, because I was not ready for a lot of the area I was in. I got in and there was a lot of cool stuff happening, but I got tagged up with Huck. And so as soon as we started working together, it was like magic. He's got the 16 years, I think almost 17 years of experience. And basically he got it where he wrangled it up and said, hey, follow my lead. And it taught me to slow down, taught me to work a little bit better. And we just vibe so well in the ring. It's like a buddy cop film.
Sure.
Honestly, every time me and Huck get in a match, we're whooping somebody's ass, but it's more of a case of like you're watching two dudes that like you would see at the bar or at a party that you want to hang around with, and they just get messed with. So we're just going to handle business like we should.
Right.
And it's the best thing you can check. Like honestly, go check out my matches. I'm on IWTV on Southern Honors page a lot. We've been having the most fun as this tag team, and it is honestly the best time I've been having.
Yeah, awesome, man. And what tag teams are you looking towards at the moment for like, what are your biggest sources of inspiration, like current tag teams?
I think currently we're looking at APA because of we got a lot of power / like that Smash Mouth style. So we do look at APA. I typically like the Briscoes and tag teams like wow, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank right now. But I'm really just looking at these other tag teams around this area, and I'm looking at what they're doing and where we could place what we're doing and excel at. Because if the whole scene's full of guys that can do the 450s and all these great things, that's cool. Now, where are we going to fill in? Where are we going to do what we need to do and excel at it so we stand out from these guys? And I'm seeing a lot of like guys. We're probably the heavyweights of the area. Yeah, me and Huck, we're two big dudes compared to all these other guys. They got the looks. I tell you what, they're thin as rails. They got the good size to them. But then there's me and Huck, two burly dudes throwing around drinking beer and whooping some ass. I just say it's a pretty good time.
Nice one, man. Is there any what's the one tag team? Yeah, like let's say like hypothetically, what's the one tag team from any era that you and your tag team partner in All Star Special would want to hook up with?
Rock and Roll Express.
Rock and Roll Express.
And we are sad that they are retiring this year. But if somehow we end up with the Rock and Roll Express across from us, I guarantee you it's going to be like kids in a candy store.
Right.
We don't care what's going to go down. We already know that All Star Special is going to sell a lot more T-shirts than the Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah, they'll be like next door to you, right, at the merch stand, and you'll be like,
I want to. Yeah, that's the real fight right there. Put them table by table. We'll put them side by side, and I'll get my best designs out there. They'll try their best, and next thing you know, we'll be straight to the moon with all the money we make.
I lost my train of thought. Oh no, I got it. Well, yeah, I mean, you said unfortunately, they are retiring this year, but you know, how many times now has Ric Flair said he's retiring? And guess what? He's coming back to wrestle one last time in July at 73. So anything's possible, mate.
And what a wild thing it would be to just get on that show, right?
Oh, God.
What are you going to do on that show? What is anybody going to do that is going to be worth it? Because everybody came there to see Ric Flair. So what are you going to do? Are you just going to show up and say, all right, cool, I'm going to do all my moves I can under the sun? And then next thing you know, everybody's sitting on their hands waiting for Ric Flair like, this ain't Ric Flair. I came here to see, I paid $200 to go see Ric Flair.
And I believe, is it a 10-man tag match? I would hate to be the person who has to give him a clothesline.
But I feel like the honor would be there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You won't want to.
He would walk up and say, hey, kid, you're the one that's going to be running heat on me. And I'm going to be like, excuse me? Hold up. I don't think that's right.
Yeah, maybe I'm not Shawn Michaels.
Sure, we don't need to run on Ricky Morton. I mean, I think he can still go, you know?
It's crazy, man. When I saw it, man, I sent it all around to some of my wrestling friends, and it's crazy news. But shows you, man, like you say, anything's possible. So Rock and Roll Express, you know, All Star Special,
calling them out, you know,
calling them out. Yeah, right here on the pod. All right, and so where are you training right now? Where are you currently based, and where are you training mostly? Do you train?
So currently training, no. I'm in South Georgia right now. So currently, I think all my in ring and is trial by fire and with Huck. So it's get my reps in that way.
Mm.
I did acquire a new ring, so I do have a ring, so I can do training here.
Oh wow, you got a
So
wrestling ring. Nice.
yes,
Nice.
I helped out somebody, and I got myself a wrestling ring. So now I can do training and run drills and everything like that. But in terms of wrestling and trying to get cool moves in, I'll be doing that trial by fire, out
Yeah.
on the road. Yeah.
Good stuff, man. And how often do you find yourself in the wrestling ring every day? How do you get in there every day and run a few drills, or yeah?
Well, we just got it set back up, so I will be doing that every day now, so especially at least once or twice a day. This heat, though, coming in South Georgia, it's kind of muggy. It's kind of
Right.
like a humid, nasty hot.
It's getting
We'll
to
see
that
how that
point, yeah.
long.
It's getting
Yeah,
to
we'll
that
see how
point.
long that lasts in the ring before I start dying.
Over here in China, because the semester started so late for us due to the recent troubles, let's just say. The semester's going now until like the end of July, and China has a knack for it getting super hot in July. So we're just all going to be like,
Yeah.
it's going to be rough, and we're going to the end of July, not even at the start. So I can't imagine you trying to run the drills in a wrestling ring if it's like, let's say 35 degrees C out. So yeah.
I don't know what that means. And imperial, what is it? What we use? Imperial? What do we use?
Fahrenheit?
I use Fahrenheit, but I know
Yeah.
we use, what do we use for measurement? Everything that's not, centimeters and meters and everything. Yeah. I forget about that a lot. Man.
Well, I guess if I say, how many cheeseburgers is it along and wide your wrestling ring? How many cheeseburgers can you fit in there?
I could 52.
52.
I can say I can say 52.
Good stuff, man. So what's your current like move set? When you're out there with All Star Special, or when you're out on your own as a singles competitor.
So in terms of tag moves, we like to do a stalling suplex, right? Good old classic moves, right? We do a good old double shoulder tackle, double elbow drop. It's simple enough. Double stalling suplex, and where one person will leave the suplex and go pose and hot dog and grandstand and do the suplex part. We got one we call over easy now. That's a double entendre, but it's a double side effect. And I think to start out, we did the scatter, smother, covered, and it was like a good old rocket kick, and he would hit him with a right hand of God. Next thing you know, boom, 1, 2, 3. Honestly, I say we have a super fairly simple move set, except when we start getting stupid. Huck likes to do moonsaults. I like to do some cool Baron Corbin moves. And then, most recently, I run up the ropes, did a arm drag. No one ever expects that.
Right.
So that really just Huck can do it all. He's been to Mexico, trained there a few times, and he can do tilt-a-whirl head scissors and all that stuff. Me, I can attempt some things. Mostly, I can tell him hold my beer, and hopefully it'll work out.
And you said when things start to get a little bit crazy, that's when you get a bit reckless or silly. Are you drinking beers like during your matches? Are people doing like the Stone Cold thing? Are they throwing beers out and then you're tanking them? Oh no.
So beer, I don't like to drink before my match because I kind of consider it unprofessional.
Right.
I'll maybe sip on one before I go out the curtain to calm my nerves. But during the match, it's all according to the fans, right? I was at a show recently at a company called IWE. Shout out. Thank you, Tim. So it's at a VFW. It's like a little bar. It's for veterans, and they go out there, they drink and go karaoke and all that. So in the main hall where they did the wrestling, they had people out there with buckets of beer. So I was, sitting there getting my ass whooped in this tag match, and I was reaching out to a fan, and he just tosses me a beer, and I'm like, I didn't even call for it. I was, just doing the thing where you reach out, you just want their attention. Next thing you know,
you've got a beer in your hands. Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is great. I was like, oh man, let me open it. I can start my comeback. You know, once I get the beer in me, it's like Popeye.
Yeah, yeah,
And then next thing you know, the heel kicks it out of my hand. And I was like,
Ah,
oh,
that's a great moment, though, right? A great moment that wasn't even like planned. Yeah.
I hope they caught it on camera because if they didn't, I'm gonna be sad.
That's crazy. I'm just thinking back to like obviously like Stone Cold, and just did you watch the most recent WrestleMania?
Actually, yes, I just talked about it on a recent podcast. One second,
Yeah.
let me get a sip.
Sure. Because I
got
I'm
some
thinking,
hot green tea while I'm also drinking beer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, nice combo. Yeah, nice combo.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
recently watching that match at Mania with Stone Cold, I felt like a 4-year-old kid again. And as soon as I saw Stone Cold hit that suplex on the stage, I just started tearing up. You know, it was like it was all my feelings coming out, and I was like, "This man's still out here whooping ass," and like this is a magical moment. Like to be honest, like Stone Cold is my hero. Like
biggest inspiration, yeah. Would you say for you, Stone Cold?
Yeah, because it's because of my dad, really. Because my dad is what the gimmick's based off of. My dad is a short, hardworking little redneck. And his name is Rudy, short for Rudolph, right? So you know he was picked on in school.
Shout out to Rudolph.
Yeah, shout out to Daddy. He got picked on in school, so he made sure that my name wasn't going to be made fun of. So, like, that man is honestly an inspiration to everything I do, and I wouldn't have anything I have now if it wasn't for him. And so he's basically just Stone Cold is like a bigger, crazier version than my dad, but it was just like the same dude because you understood the hard work aspect, whooping ass, and screw you, boss. I'm going to go do what I need to do.
Yeah.
And so it went hand in hand, and so that's why I probably say Stone Cold and my dad are probably my heroes.
Have you considered changing your name legally to Hold My Beer Hanson?
No, absolutely not. But have I signed legal documents as Hold My Beer Hanson? You bet your ass, because they can't find Hold My Beer Hanson in the system.
Your signature, yeah, when you sign stuff for fans, you got the whole.
Yeah, I got that. It ain't too great. I'm working on my autograph, but when it comes to like, say if I'm signing, like I was a radio DJ, you had to sign contracts every once in a while and sign stuff for different people. I would kind of just sign it as different names, depending on how important it was and if it was money coming to me. If there was no money involved, I signed it as Hanson every day of the week. But if you got some money coming my way, let me make sure that one's right.
Yeah, right. Well said. All right, man. Well, as this is the Tapping Out podcast, what's your go-to submission move?
Well, seeing as I don't really throw submission moves that much, I am a big proponent of the crossface, the crippler crossface.
Classic.
I absolutely love that move. Give him a little drop toe hold, roll up there, put him in the crossface. Hey, that's just how it's tried and true right there. It's always a good combo.
I'm always what's the word? I'm always a fan of a good old Kimura. I think there's something about the Kimura, and there's something about even when I see people do it and apply it in UFC and pro wrestling, and it's just and then you find yourself joining in at home, and I'm like, oh, I can only go that far. I can't go very far before it just starts to really hurt.
Yeah.
So then you see, I remember that one storyline with Brock Lesnar, when he broke like everyone's arm with the Kimura, and it was just, you're just watching it all the time, and your face is like cringes up. I was like,
oh yeah. I feel like that. But my favorite one to watch, I'll say that. I think Rhea Ripley was doing. Was it the reverse? It was inverted Rivera. It's like a clover leaf, but she's got it hooked like here.
Oh,
that
sure.
Thing it looks nasty. She had it on Liv Morgan at one point. That thing looked nasty.
Yeah, I'd tell you what. Even that one that Daniel Garcia does in AEW, because he sits down and it just leans back, and it's like,
the heel hook is nasty.
Yeah.
If you ever meet Lindsay Snow and have a talk with her, she's a tattoo artist in Florida, but she's also a wrestler. And she, I think she won Bloodsport with heel hook.
Really?
She's actually trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and when she locks that thing in, man, it's nasty.
Painful stuff, yeah. And how about then a go-to finisher too, as well?
Go-to finish, probably gonna have to hit it with the good old Rockets Red Glare. It's a sick kick for all you old heads in there. But if we want to go more modern, people call it a Claymore.
Claymore, it's Drew McIntyre style, yeah. Nice one.
Good old sick kick comes from Roderick Strong. Just that's who got it first.
I would definitely enjoy seeing Roderick in AEW. I do hope that happens soon.
I don't know how I feel about it because I think there's just too many people. I like the Bucks and Red Dragon, but also it's a thing of like I don't think I needed it.
Right.
It's just so many people. Like when we start having 5 guys going on at one point and a tag match, I'm already like, all right, so this better be done fast because I can't do it. 20 minutes? Sheesh. I don't know if I have the attention span.
To be fair, I remember the thing that stood out recently the most. Someone made a tweet about it, and it's just like there are so many stables and so many teams in AEW right now, right?
I think they have to at some point. I mean, because just the roster is massive.
Yeah. And
so we had to find a way to get people on screen. So might as well just put them on with factions, and everybody could walk out. I mean, Japan does it. Japan does factions. So I mean, I feel like it stays true to that. I just wish that some of the factions meant more,
Yeah, true. Yeah, absolutely.
Like I honestly wish Butcher would go to House of Black, but also wish House of Black was doing cooler stuff.
we can't be 100% pleased 100% of the time.
All right. But honestly, could you imagine Brody King and Butcher together?
Right, yeah. Man, that'd be incredible.
They'd be destroying people, killing them. I mean, yeah, nobody's safe. It's fine. I love it.
Maybe switch out Buddy Matthews. I'm not sure about. I mean, the other two for sure, Brody and Malachi. I definitely agree with. But
great combo there.
Yeah.
I think if we use Malachi less and just have the other people fight more, it saves the specialness of Malachi. By the way, I'm a big Tommy and Malachi Black fan. I love the Sumeria Death Squad back in the old days of Tommy N's career.
Yeah.
But I'll say that House of Black is doing okay. I just don't like what's going on right now. I want something for me to bite into because I'm always into those dark, creepy characters.
Yeah, and I mean, thankfully, I mean, if AEW fans or WWE fans, if they're not happy with the current products, there's so much wrestling, right? There's so much content global.
I couldn't,
right?
Yeah,
globally,
like I've been watching AEW. I can't say I've been happy with everything on AEW, but I've actually been watching AEW compared to what's on Raw. I'm happy that Cody's back in WWE, but I also can't tell you the last time I watched WWE.
Right.
Like honestly, I haven't watched any NXT since the new Switch, which is sad because I like.
I used to love NXT. Yeah, a few years ago.
I know, right? Great times. Like I remember the Kevin Owens era. That was stuff was going hot. But AEW's doing pretty good. I just wish that there were some my people, were being, going to the top. Eddie Kingston is doing pretty good right now. He's getting that cult following behind him. I think was it Blackpool Combat Club?
Oh yeah, Blackpool, yeah, with Regal and Moxley and Danielson.
Yeah. That stuff, I like it. I just don't know if I like it against Jericho's Appreciation Club. Like honestly, I feel like we could have had some more brutal stuff if they would have given it to like what other big faction could they have put it against? That's the problem. BCC versus the Bucks and Redragon. Yeah.
Sure, there you go. I'd see that. Yeah, I'd pay for that. Yeah, man, absolutely. All right, man. Well, let's get back to you. I wanna just dive right into the start of your wrestling career.
All right.
And first thing, we chatted about it in the DMs there about your name, and then you told me that the Hold My Beer Hanson started as a joke, and then I was like, oh, shush, let more details on the pod. So yeah, tell us a bit about how the name came to be and why, please.
So we were all sitting around the table, and our trainer at the time, we were all joking around. I was thinking about before, I was going to be a very spooky gimmick. I had face paint, black gear, and a staff, and I was going to be like Boogeyman mixed with Bray Wyatt, mixed with Papa Shango type thing, right?
Nice.
And I was dead set on this gimmick. I had spent money already. I bought gear. I made bone necklaces and everything. I had videos made. It was great. But then we started like sitting around and joking. And I was like, it was near the 4th of July. We were drinking beers and talking about how like it would be a weird gimmick to have Kurt Angle and Stone Cold mixed together, right? Next thing you know, I'm doing this funny stuff with little skits. And then we're like, why don't you do that as a character? And I'm like, what will we name it? I was like, I had a crappy name on 2K at the time. It was called Adrian Walker. And it was like, I mean, it's all right. I can see a guy like that on a poster somewhere, but it wouldn't catch. But my coach was like, what about Hold My Beer Hanson? Because I was talking about it, spots in the match, right?
Yeah.
If you started to do something that said it was going to be crazy and it either didn't work out or it did, it would be called a Hold My Beer spot. Because, I mean, you could always just tell people, hey, hold my beer, go to do the thing. It could either be catastrophic or it could be something amazing. Sure. And it was all down my history from there. And honestly, it sold me a lot of merch.
I was going to say, because it's turned into like a huge meme, right? You see like, oh man, Justice League, we're going to be the best team up movie ever. Avengers Endgame. Yeah. Hold my beer.
Exactly.
Right. So,
and I'm glad that I could still use that. It's honestly a funny thing just going out there and people just love the say, hold my beer. You have 8-year-olds and younger out get hold my beer and just chanting and everything like that. It's magic. I say it's absolutely magic. Going out there and everybody just chanting your name and feeling the music. It's a great time all around.
And I can imagine maybe that 8-year-old kid in the crowd, he's got a can, yeah, and he's wrapped around maybe like a natural light thing around it, but inside it's just apple juice, and he's just like swinging with you.
Sometimes you should see the signs these kids make, because they're like, they're going out there, they make this white poster, and it's a crudely drawn picture of a beer, and it's just like a can, it's like a box with like beer wrote on the side. I'm just like, yeah, this is it. This is my life right here.
That's cute, man. So how about like, if we go way back, so to how was it for you when you first started watching wrestling, and how long was it before you decided this is something that I want to do, or was there a particular moment when you were like, this is what I want to do?
I say my earliest memory of wrestling is I watched The Rock throw Stone Cold off a bridge. And then I immediately, it was there. They were fighting for the Intercontinental title. Okay. And so The Rock is out on a bridge. He's calling Stone Cold out. Stone Cold takes the monster truck out, drives to The Rock, right? They're on this bridge. Next thing you know, they're fighting and everything. The Rock eventually throws Stone Cold off a bridge, hits the water. Then he throws the Intercontinental title in there after.
Oh my God.
And I know.
I have to go and watch that now after this. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think either the belt went first or Steve went first. I don't know. But I immediately remember going to my mama and crying because I was like, see, The Rock kills Stone Cold. And I was just crying for like, it was awful. And then next thing you know, the Stone Cold shows up the next Monday because The Rock had a eulogy for him. And he came out there and whooped his ass to him in a grave. It was great.
And you were like, you just like cheering in front of the TV, like, yeah, Stone Cold's alive.
Absolutely.
He's back.
I think I remember as a kid, I had like every Stone Cold figure possible. I still have one left from when I was a kid, and it's in my little display case. I'm still proud of that one. It's got one leg that don't bend no more. But as in terms of when I decided to start wrestling, I say that it's always been an idea because as a kid you see it's your heroes. Wrestling is just like superheroes if you think about it. I mean, you look at people like The Undertaker, Kane. I mean, people in these bright colors and they're just doing these death-defying stunts. They're all superheroes.
Superheroes versus supervillains. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. It's tale as old as time. And I think it's always been a cool thing. Like, I always thought it'd be cool to be one.
Right.
Like, I've always had the toys. I've always had we've always wrestled with me and my little brother. Like, I dropped him on his head with a tombstone pile driver. He didn't move for 3 seconds. I cried. I called my mama. I didn't know what to do. But he's still living. He's still good. He talks a little funny, but he's fine. I think whenever I was going to school and I was in art classes and drama, band, and then I was in a few metal bands in school. So it's like, I think the entertainment has always been there. So I've always been one to try to always show out, like show what I can do. Because when I'm motivated, I'm a different beast. Like, I can't help but say, like, okay, cool. What do I need to do good? Because sometimes, like, when I'm sitting back and I'm watching everything, it's just me studying. I'm not trying to get in front of everybody. I'm just trying to watch and see what everybody else is doing, just to read the room. But when it comes time for, like, okay, I'm hungry and I'm trying to get something done, there's no stopping. I think I probably piss off my friends the most because I'm just worried about business at that point. I'm like, hey, where is this person? How can I contact them? Where is this? Where can I find something like this? It's just, my mind just goes 200 miles an hour. I'm just trying to find the next little bit on my little catch there.
Yeah. And we were chatting, right at the start of our session here, we were chatting about the moment when, you were at your grandfather's, celebration of life, and you were chatting about, oh, you like the wrestling, you like the wrestling stuff. So how long?
That was at the top of the show.
Yeah. So how long after that moment did you start training?
I think he passed away in December. I want to say it was. Yeah, I want to say December of 2018, and so. I say not long after the funeral, I was at the gym with my buddies and we are all working out, and I was just sitting there. I was looking at one dude. His name's Pure Goodness, 400 pounds, big African-American dude, blonde hair, flat top, and he's just wide, and he's just got these big old hands, right? And it's hard to miss because we're in a Planet Fitness. So it's like, there's a lot of like tiny little girls and like some old women and like some out of shape middle-aged dudes. And then there's this one big dude. I'm wearing a Kevin Owens shirt. He's like, hey, I've wrestled with him before. And I was like, I recently watched you and I was betting on you in a battle royal. Somehow you got eliminated.
Wow.
What's up with that? Yeah. I was like, what, bruh, you were, nobody in there was eliminated.
400 pounds. Yeah. How did you get eliminated? Well, I guess everyone had to eliminate him, right? Yeah. That old spot.
No, actually there was 2 little 90-pound dudes that drop kicked him.
Oh, come on. Over the drop kick. That's it. That's enough. Must have been a powerful drop kick. Must have rocket boots, right? Yeah.
No, I don't know, man. Yeah. Might have been loaded. Yeah. Shout out to that match. I remember that fondly. I lost $20.
That's cool, man. So you kind of know Kevin Owens by proxy then, if you've met Peter Guinness.
I guess my Kevin Owens number is like 1. Aaron has a bacon number. So eventually he pointed me to a guy that had a school, and they started me out 3 months afterwards. So I think it's from March to January of 2019 that I started. So it was like March 2018 all the way to 2019 of January. I think it was January 9th. And that's where I had my first match. And yeah, it was honestly the biggest time of my life. We came out there, my two buddies, they were supposed to have a 6-man tag match. Their tag partner didn't show. I don't know what happened. I ran down to the ramp. I saved them, gave the big old kick to one of my buddies, Brother Azrael, and 1, 2, 3. It was a good old time.
There you go. Nice. Good stuff. Oh, excuse me. And a question I do like to bring up quite often. So you've been, you're training, you have your own wrestling ring now, and you've trained at a couple of different places. So I want you to imagine a scenario, yeah? You're just training. You train at a place, or you're training at home even. And then the version of you that's just about to start, right? Just about to start your journey, walks in. Yeah, walks into wherever it is, and you're running the ropes or whatever you're doing. And he's looking around. He's thinking, what's going on? Like, this is what I want to do, because you know by that point. So he starts approaching everyone, doing the thing that wrestlers do, yeah. And I've been doing this too when I've done the training. And you're going around and you're shaking everyone's hand. He gets to you. He gets to you. What do you say? What's the big piece of advice if he's maybe asking questions? What's the biggest piece of advice you would give your younger self? A few years younger.
Well, I'm gonna probably hit what everybody else told me, and actually, I'm gonna hit them with the opposite. There was actually a lot of people in my starting year that got really upset with how hungry I was. And like I was saying earlier, whenever I start getting on that hook and I start getting like where I want to, like I'm on it, people get offended, and I get it. Because they don't know how to handle, like, I'm strictly business, right? I'm short, sweet, to the point. I need to know this information, and I'm trying to get it right now. And I honestly would say to that kid, stay hungry. Stay hungry. Because honestly, when I was just starting out, I wanted to know everything. I was frustrated. I was stumbling over myself. I didn't know what to do. And I was just trying every day. I was coming out every day I could to get out there in that ring and bump, run the ropes, work out. And eventually it clicked because I had a good talk with one of my buddies, Cass. And he told me, he's like, wrestling is like a fight. And it's honestly you and the other guy fighting and thinking the other people that you are, making the other people think you are fighting. And so when I started putting that in my mind, I was like, okay, so I have to actually work against the people in the crowd. That's easier than me working with my opponent and trying to be like, trying to do acrobatics. When it clicked, it clicks. That kid coming in, I'd probably make him run the ropes till he cried. I'm gonna make him run the ropes. I'm gonna make him bump.
That brings back repressed memories for me. Actually, I used to train for a little while, like a couple of months. I couldn't hack it in the end, unfortunately. But running the ropes was one of the worst things.
I know. I didn't have the heart to quit. I didn't want to quit. I damn sure wasn't going to because I wanted it. So I'm gonna beat his ass. I'm gonna make him cry. Make him work out because I want to see his heart. But honestly, that kid's got it. I'm gonna let him fly. But boy, is he gonna piss off some people. Is he gonna piss off some people?
Fantastic, man. Well said. All right. Well, Hold My Beer Hanson. We've reached that point in the show where I like to do some trivia.
Yes.
I like to do some trivia. All right. So for you today, I'm just going to start this with how is your WWE Hall of Fame knowledge?
I think I have a good baseline. I could probably do a good C.
Okay, all right. So I've got up here, I've got a list, yeah, and I've got every single Hall of Fame inductee from like 93 up until 2022. Okay.
Oh boy, if you're asking me years, I don't know if I could do it, but I could try.
So my idea for the format, I'm just coming up with this on the fly. Yeah. So my idea is I will give you the year, and can you give me let's say 2 people from that year? Sound good? You get 1 point if you get one, and you get 2 points if you get two.
Okay.
All right. So, number one, can you name two people who were in the Hall of Fame 2022 induction ceremony?
Oh, 22. I mean, we're going to say Undertaker and Vader.
There you go. 2 points. Easy. It's easy as that. Okay.
Now we get to the hard part.
Yeah, now I'm going to start going back. All right. So, okay, next one, number two. Yeah. Can you name two people, two inductees from the 2019 Hall of Fame?
All right, 2019. That was 3 years ago. Let me see. Who headlined that? I want to say Edge headlined. No?
No Edge on the list.
2019. Give me DX.
Okay, yeah, that's
No?
1 point.
Okay.
And can you name one more? Can you name one more?
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline? No, incorrect.
Oh man, damn.
Are you tapping out? Are you tapping out for that?
She
one?
was Texas. Yeah, she was a Texas one, didn't she?
Yeah.
So where were they at in 2019?
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you that. Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
28. They were in. They were in.
Oh,
Florida,
28
right?
was in Florida. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me DX and Rick Rude.
No. No.
Damn it.
All right. I'll give you them all now. So Honky Tonk Man, Tori Wilson, Brutus Beefcake, DX.
Was it Tori and DX?
Well, yes. Okay. Yeah. Harlem Heat and the Heart Foundation.
Interesting. They did a lot of tag teams.
Yeah. All right. So you got 1 point for that, and you got 2 points for 2022. So you're on 3 points. So you're doing all right. Okay. 2022, Undertaker, Vader, Queen Sharmell, and the Steiner Brothers. Only 4. Short.
I like how they narrowed that down to like one main event.
Because obviously
one woman and one tag. That's great.
Because Undertaker was like a whole TED talk, and it was amazing.
I know, right?
All right. So next one. Okay. Next one. Hall of Fame 2012. Can you name two people from it?
2012. Yeesh.
Two people or two factions. There's a clue. Two people, two factions. Yeah.
NWO.
No, not on the list.
Oh,
Sorry.
Factions?
There was one faction, yeah. There was one faction, but the rest of them were singles guys. Well, singles guys who were also in tag teams.
Yeesh. Give me. I'm gonna just say Edge again.
Yes.
Okay, Edge. Great.
He's there, yeah. That's 1 point.
2012. Who was 2012? Hit me with. Edge was there. I don't know who would else be on that card because that was a good one right there. Jerry the King Lawler.
Nah, incorrect. Sorry.
It's old dude. Dusty.
No, sorry. Oh gosh,
man.
one more try. I'll give you one more try.
Bullet Bob Armstrong. He's in the legacy, right?
No. I don't think I've seen him on the list. Sorry, man. Oh god. Oh, you got 1 point. You got 1 point for 2012.
There we go.
All right. So you're up to what? You're up to 4 so far. You had on
Ahmed
that
Johnson. Everybody should put Ahmed Johnson every year.
on that card. You had the 4 Horsemen.
Oof.
Yeah. So faction. Yokozuna.
Okay.
Ron Simmons. Edge, who you said, and Mil Mascaras.
Bill Mascaras. Okay, I was thinking about the wrong.
That's probably what you were thinking. You probably had it in the back of your mind. Okay, let's do 2 more. So next one, can you name 2 people from the 2016 Hall of Fame?
2016.
Yeah.
Ooh. Eesh. Where was that? 2016. That was in San Francisco. Bray Wyatt Undertaker did that one. Okay, so that has to be NWO that year, right?
No, he's not on the list. They're not on the list.
Really?
Really?
Ah,
Sparkle.com doesn't lie, I hope. They're not on the list.
Oh, no. 2016. Let's see. What was going on that year? That was the year that was Seth Rollins coming out debut. Seth Rollins won the title that year, right?
Yeah, I believe so. That was WrestleMania 33, was it? 2016?
I thought it was 31. They cashed in and won the belt.
31, yeah, with the big play button was
Yeah.
That was 31.
2016.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, give me. Sting ain't on it. He did. Yeah, no, because he can't. He was later.
Okay. You sure about
Sting,
that? Are you sure about that? I'm throwing you a bone.
If he is on there, then it's the year. It's the year afterwards when they were doing.
Do you think he's on there? Do you think he's on there?
Hit me with Sting. Can we see Sting on the board?
Yes, you can. Ding ding, it's there.
Okay, cool. So if Sting was on there, then there was.
I gave you so many clues then for that. I'm a terrible host for this. All right, can you hit me with one more?
If Sting was on there was a slew of people I didn't watch, so I guarantee I didn't know who was on there.
Are you tapping out?
Me.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Sting, give me DDP.
Give me DDP, Steve. No, he's not on there. Sorry.
Scott Hall.
Nope.
All right, man. Yeah. Okay. I didn't watch that year. That's for sure.
2016 was Stan Hansen. Jacqueline. Big Boss Man. The Godfather.
So Sting. They were in Texas.
Yeah, and the Fabulous Freebirds.
I should have knew. They were in Texas. Yep.
All right, mate. We got two more actually. I'll just do two more. Okay, so next one. Let's come back into. Let's keep it like a few years ago because I think honestly, you start going all the way back to like the 90s. It's just I'm looking at some of the names and it's ridiculous. So like 20. Okay, let's do Hall of Fame 2020. Two people from that one.
All right, 2020. Yeesh, I don't think they did the Hall of Fame 2020, did they?
Yeah.
Or is this really?
This was during the pandemic, but yeah, they still did it. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. This is weird. So it wasn't the DX because that one had people. That's when Bret Hart got attacked, right?
DX was 2019. Yeah.
Yeah. So, after. Oh, was it the NWO?
Yes. There you go. There we are. I was looking for him on the list and I found him. Yeah, that's 1 point.
There we go.
Can you get two? Can you get 2 points?
Who else was? Let's see. Let me see if I can get a woman on there. China? No, that's 2019. She was a DX.
Yeah, wait, no, not China. I'll give you a clue. Women tag team.
Tag team women. Oh Jesus. Lay Cool.
No.
Oh, never mind.
Lay Cool. I don't think they've ever been inducted.
The blonde bombshells.
No. One more guess.
Women tag team. There's
two of the biggest ever do it in the modern era. In the modern era.
Modern era?
Yeah. You know, like the 2010s, especially. You know, huge.
2010s women's tag team.
Yeah. I'll give you a clue. Yeah, they don't need to.
Bellas.
Yeah. I was about. Yeah, good. You got it. I'll give you.
I forgot about them.
I was gonna say. I'm gonna give you a clue. I was gonna say Hanson. I was gonna say these two women don't need to look in a mirror. They can just look at each other, and they like. Yeah. Okay. There you go.
No.
I'll give you 2 points for that. So you've got, I think, 2, 4, 5 or 6 points. You've done all right. You've done all right. That's okay. It's not too bad. And then, all right, last one, yeah. And there was only one person for this one. Who was the first ever person to be inducted into the Hall of Fame for 1 million points? 1993, yeah, the year I was born.
I know it's Andre the Giant. But I was going to say Giant Baba.
Yeah, I didn't even remember that he had it all to himself. Well,
Yeah.
Posthumously, I guess, was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he was. Yeah. There you go. 1,000,000 points. So you got 1,006 points. Well done.
There we go. Yeah.
Good stuff.
I did terrible. I know I did
No. I'm fine, man. Honestly, it's crazy when I do these podcasts and I do these trivia, and I look at these and I'm like, I wouldn't get any of them. So well done for getting some. Well done for doing all right.
I feel like the best way to go about this, if you want to give somebody a big hint,
yeah.
Where are they located when they do the Hall of Fame? Because
that's a good one.
Honestly,
that's a good one.
If you'd have told me like one California, New York, or Texas, I'd have been all over with.
Oh, okay, I get it. Nice. Well, maybe I can find a different website and bin this one off. All right, buddy. So as we look to the future, then, as we start to wind down here, what's next? What's next for Hold My Beer Hanson?
I want to start breaking into the Florida territories because I live in South Georgia, and so I'm literally right above the Florida state line, and I would love to have more there. There's a company called Ignite. If you're watching, I've been watching y'all. You might want to give a call. Your homeboy's right here. I know a few of you people. We could make some magic. We could make some merch money. We could talk to me. But if I want to travel, there's a lot more states and a lot of cool stuff going on right now that I'd like to go to. If I was to get a shot at GCW, that'd be cool. I don't think I'm ready for it yet, but that'd be awesome. And I know I'm right now I'm planning a wedding, so I can't really travel too far. But the UK would be awesome. Honestly, I would love to go to anywhere that's gonna obviously pay the trip. That'd be cool. But really, right now everything is going great. Southern Honor is awesome in terms of like what we got coming up. Viral Pro Wrestling, they've put their faith in us, and I'm so happy with what they're doing with us. And IWE in Augusta, thank you. And I'm excited for what we got coming up.
Nice.
There's a lot of great things coming up for Hold My Beer Hanson. I honestly say you need to check out my social media.
Okay.
There's going to be promos. There's going to be videos. There's going to be like all these little things I got going on. I'm going to keep you updated. You should go check it out on Twitter. I'm Hanson Beer Man. What am I on Instagram? Hold My Beer Hanson. Facebook, Hold My Beer Hanson, and you can find me on YouTube all the time.
Nice
But
one.
really, like, you can find all that stuff there, and I'm all over the state, and I'm trying to branch out. And all the places that have put their trust in me and given me the opportunity, I haven't let them down yet. So I thank them with the bottom of my heart.
Good stuff. And a side question, just before I get to the last question, yeah. Are you excited? You told me you're a gamer. Are you excited for AEW Fight Forever? They're bringing nukes back, they're bringing nukes back. They've got them from the good old days of wrestling games. So
I feel like anything is better than 2K20. So 2K22 is a blessing. AEW Fight Forever. I hope it's good. I'm not good at the No Mercy style games. So if it is like that, I'm probably going to say I'm not going to like it. So I hope that it's a fun game. I hope that I have fun with it. And here's to hoping.
Yeah. Did you ever play WWE All Stars? I remember that. That was a great game. I played that one probably the most since Here Comes the Pain.
The funny thing is, I didn't get to play All Stars because I bought 2009 that year.
Right.
And so when you buy one wrestling game, my parents are like, why do you need another wrestling game? We just bought you one. So, it was kind of like, yeah, I didn't get to play it. And I missed my whole time window on that one. My buddy played it, and he said it was fun.
Yeah.
I just never got the chance to.
Nice. Okay, man. And final question, just before we conclude. Hold My Beer Hanson, at this point in your pro wrestling career, what are you most grateful for?
I'm honestly thankful for my loving fiance and how much she loves me and cares for me and is willing to support me.
Is she watching you? Is she watching you right now? Are you looking right at her?
No, I'm calling to her in the other room. I'm hoping she hears me. I love her to death. Honestly, she's the best thing that's ever happened to me. She supports me in everything I do, and best partner I could ever ask for. But yeah, besides that, my loving future wife, I'm thankful for all the opportunities I've been given, and by the people that have loved me and supported me. Matt Hankins, my dad, my actual father, and Platinum Championship Wrestling. I thank you for the support you've given me and the ability to step up and fly.
Yeah.
I appreciate every bit of it.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Well done. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to join the podcast today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
And now, one final time, even though you've already done a pretty good job with your social media handles so far, one last time, the floor is yours. Anything final to say before we end?
I don't know how good your editing skills are, so I'm going to just try to put my fingers here. So if you do it, that'd be cool.
Okay.
All right. So on Facebook, Hold My Beer Hanson. On Twitter, we're going to go with Hanson Beer Man. And on Instagram, Hold My Beer Hanson, all one word. And on YouTube, just look up my name, Hold My Beer Hanson. You can find all that. I got promos, videos, funny stories. Sometimes I tweet about music. Sometimes I tweet about my day-to-day. Sometimes I tweet about people that just piss me off. You should go check it out. It's funny as hell. Also, I got TikTok, but I'm not on it as much as I should be. But I'm laughing at everybody else's stuff. But sometimes I have some good comedy stuff on there. Yeah, go check me out on all of our social media platforms. Also, don't be afraid to go to my Pro Wrestling Tees / Hold My Beer Hanson. And we have a storefront tier for the tag team. It's storefrontier.com/all-star special. We got a bunch of options on there: t-shirts, tie-dyes, face masks. We got koozies, everything on there. Go check it out.
If we can get that done with you, it's just going to be links all over the screen. I won't even be able to see your face. It's
Honestly,
so many links.
like some of those videos that pop up with all the comments and everything on it.
Yeah.
Oh man, great stuff.
I'll definitely try my best with that. I've actually got an editor now, so I'll try and put that to him for sure.
Yeah.
One last time.
Back on my green screen stuff.
Yeah. One last time. Thank you very much. All the best for 2022 and beyond, and good luck to you, sir.
Yes. For all y'all, stay happy, stay safe, stay good, man. Do what you need to do. Get your bills paid, whoop ass, and hold my beer.
And of course, not just thank you to Hold My Beer Hanson for being with us on the show today, but thank you to all of you for watching and listening. My name is Chris. Be sure to like and subscribe. All of the support is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much, and I'll see you all on the next episode of the Tapping Out podcast. Bye for now.